All right, now we're going to take a look at the 126-pound weight class. And look, you all know what we need to talk about here, but we're going to hold off for a few moments. Guys, let's talk about the 23 guys before we get to the guy. Bill, what do you think about this bottom bracket? As obviously we know Nick Suriano from Bergen Catholic is the top. We'll get to him in a second. What are your thoughts on this bottom bracket?
Oh, look, Ty Agazi's there. He won a state title as a sophomore, lost in the final a year ago to Suriano in a match where he already had one torn knee ligament, tore up his other knee, still finished the match. And it was competitive to a point. I think it was 5-1. Earlier this year, though, Suriano did major him, so maybe the gap is wide. And you also have Quinn Kinner from Kingsway, who earlier this year said he wanted to be that guy facing Suriano in the final. He remembered what it was like going to Boardwalk Hall and watching Gary Dinmore face Anthony National. Had a chance for history, so I think he would thrive, on that kind of atmosphere. But Quinn's probably a little small at 126, even though last year he was a fifth in the state at 106. He's probably a 120-pounder, but his brother Trace is there, opted not to wrestle him off for that spot. Very good on top, if he were to get there, but I think maybe a little too small for Suriano if that were the case. Those are probably the two big guys that we're looking at on the bottom half.
And Joe, what do you see from that top bracket, Suriano aside?
I'll say this, I think the 12 happiest kids in the tournament are those 12 kids in the bottom bracket. They certainly got a chance to make a name for themselves. There are some good kids up top. I mean, Kyle DiNapoli from Voorhees is unbeaten. There's an outstanding wrestler from Roxbury up there, Troy Stanich, who's only lost twice. So, I mean, I think Suriano's going to get challenged a little. Whether or not he wrestles tight or he's loosey-goosey, I think that's going to be something interesting to see. What is his mental thoughts going into this tournament?
All right, Pat, Nick Suriano, 3-time state champion, undefeated, looking to match Anthony Ashnall in history before he heads off to Penn State. What can you tell us about the man that every eye in Atlantic City is going to be on?
You talk about what his mental state is, it's always the same thing. It's always, I got to be me, I got to do what I got to do, and he has this laser focus that truly makes him the special wrestler that he is. You ask anybody what makes Nick Suriano great, it's that laser focus, the determination and the drive to be the best, not just in New Jersey, best in the world, future Olympian. He has such lofty expectations, and he'll do anything to get there.
Real quick, Joe, Bill, you guys have been around for a lot longer than Pat and I. Where does Nick stand in history in your minds?
As far as I'm concerned, he's number one. He's amazing. He's robotical. He's perfect. John DeMarco, the legendary Shore Conference coach, one of the foremost takedown experts in the country, said to me the other day, Nick Suriano is fundamentally perfect. And I think that's what makes him impossible to beat.
I would say, Suriano, the thing I've been impressed the most about is just the caliber of competition he's wrestled. He won 4 Beasts of the East titles. He went out to California and wrestled in the Doc Buchanan. It's really impressive. If you're asking me who's the best I've seen, I think Suriano's second. I would still go with Damian Hahn, even though he didn't win 4. He lost by 1 point as a freshman. He was an upper weight, which obviously it's a little tougher sometimes, when you're a freshman to match up there. I would go Hahn first and Suriano second if I had the rank.
All right, let's run through the championship picks real quick. I got a feeling there's going to be a lot of suspense here, but we'll start with Pat.
I think it's been Nick Suriano, Ty Agazi the whole year. Rematch from last year, Suriano comes on top.
Yeah, I think you'd have to be crazy to pick against Suriano at this point, and it's just a matter of who he's going to face. I think Agazi probably is the guy though, and I think it'll be Suriano over Agazi again.
Joe?
Let's make it unanimous. Suriano over Agazi.
Hey, we finally agree on something. That's what Nick Suriano can bring to the table for you. That's it for us here at the 126-pound weight class. Keep it here at NJ.com. We're going to take a look at all 14 weight classes as we move through our weighing in special, and we'll see you then.